Jesus, what I'm thinking about doing today is asking everyone that I talk to spread the gospel, why should you see Jesus in everyone? And to try to catch them off guard with the question, and then follow them up with a secondary off guard question: why should you treat your body like the temple of the Holy Spirit? Try to get their minds stirred up about God, thinking about God, thinking about why they should love each other through their eyes and through their thoughts, and love their body in regards to health because it's the temple. Hopefully this is going to stir up some activity. But today, we're going to Tulsa, which is far away, and I'm going to have to get a ride. If I answer the question, why should you see Jesus in everyone? Because our Father sent Jesus to make retribution for us. And our Father sees Jesus in each and every one of us. And our Father sent Jesus because He needed a way to bring communion back between God and all of us. So He needed to do it through an excellent means, one like becoming a man. And Jesus also wants us to look at each other like we're all Jesus. He wants us all to see Jesus in one another. Because He doesn't want us to be separate from one another. We're all a part of the church. And if someone asks me, why are you a tabernacle of the Most High? Or, I meant to say a temple of the Holy Spirit. Or, how should you treat the temple of the Holy Spirit? Well, you should treat it very well. You should keep it in tip-top shape. You should keep the mind sharp. The flesh shouldn't be weak, although we all know it already is weak, but we shouldn't keep it super weak. We should keep it well fed, using the healthiest options. We should put exercise under our belt, a few forms of it. We should gain spiritual strength in our body using tools like fasting or prayer or meditation. We should keep our heart happy, glad, and ready to go out for others. Now, it's just as true to say we should see Jesus in everyone, and it is the same as to say we should see the Holy Spirit in everyone. But the teaching to see Jesus in everyone is closer to our first thought than we should see the Holy Spirit in everyone. But both teachings are completely fine. Jesus also wants us to see everyone and see him in everyone, because of something that I think that we all observed. And that was whenever we picked up our spiritual cross for the first time. And it could be down the line for you, or some people might not have to deal with it. But we started to notice, wow, I really am mishapping. I'm mishapping judgment, and I'm looking at others in such a judgmental way. And it's written, "Do not judge, lest you be judged." And I'm trying to do a spiritual walk here. Trying to do a spiritual walk here. I need to figure out how to stop looking at other people based on things like what of what accord they are sexually, how big their body is, whether they're beautiful or ugly, whether they are attractive or unattractive. And then you could still be spiritually blocked by saying what role they are in society. Or being blocked by mundane things like, where is that person going? When it could be of a very high spiritual advantage to be able to see the light of Jesus in their face and in their actions, in their body, in their works. And the same goes to look at them like this as if they were full of the Holy Spirit. Because it's a form of silent prayer directly aimed at every soul. When you look at another person like they are both the temple of the Holy Spirit and the light of Jesus, it brings out a whole different side of those people it brings out a whole different side of the people. Like, for a second. Who am I? Am I a thin white man who's balding? Am I a gamer? Or a cleaner? Am I going to the gas station to get a ride to Tulsa? Or am I going to look at this from a spiritual direction? I was created for good things, for massive things. My face represents the countenance of Jesus, for he lifted his countenance upon me. My flesh is a tabernacle or a container of the Holy Spirit. My eyes are a window directly to my soul and how my soul is feeling, and how my soul is. It is a means, a tool, and a weapon to see Jesus and others, face and body, and the Holy Spirit in their face and their body. And not only this, but to hear Jesus through their voice. And to listen with compassion and empathy through the ears to whatever problems we may be facing. It's good when most of us don't have our body in a exceptional state, moderate state, or simple state that's easily accessible by the Holy Spirit. We need to re-enchant the body and to reforge it. And we do this by picking up things that are useful. But it's not just so easy to pick up the most disciplining and self-controlling things, like really hard exercise. You know, David Goggins is a very good example of someone whose discipline and self-control is beyond measure. But I don't contain what David Goggins controls. If I want to get something done, I'm going to say, okay, I'm literally going to do 7 push-ups. Because I know that if I do 10, I'm not going to want to do 10 more later. And stuff like that. So I'm just going to do 7. I think that's 6, but it could have been, I think that was 7. But I feel like 10 would make me happy right now, so I'm going to do 10. And I do that because it makes me feel good. It makes my arms healthier. And it's useful for the rest of my body. It's the same reason as to why I balance on one leg. Because it's good for stability and mobility. And this is good for mobility and stretching and health of the legs. Just any general movement. For this is random. But it's fun and it actually feels very good. This feels very, very delightful here and here. And that means it also feels really good right here. So that means I can copy it and then get to feel good in the exact same way. Mobility is very useful, and so is haste. So, if we want to upgrade the temple of the Holy Spirit, we're going to need to put things together for the body, like hard stretches, like this one. Which is very pacifying for the whole mind and body. And it's a good way to release the whole back. Whole back. And it's a good way to get over back injuries. But apart from a whole bunch of exercise, like, this is fun, but for some this is really hard. But apart from all exercise, it's good to have a healthy and fun diet. One that's tasty and delicious. Like, for example, if you like potato chips and hot Cheetos, then we're gonna have to get creative here. We're gonna need to go get wheat thins, pepper jack cheese, and olives, so that we can beat the flavor of potato chips and beat the sting of the hot Cheetos and get the health benefits out of it. And if you like burgers from restaurants, then we're going to have to beat that too. We're going to need a skillet that's clean. A new skillet. Or, if you don't want to do that, then your old skillet. You're going to need olive oil because of its health. Ground beef or pre-cut. 1 tomato. 1 rack of lettuce. 1 excellent mustard, 1 excellent ketchup, a jar of your favorite pickles, your favorite cheese, could be the sharpest of cheddars. And we're going to have to throw it all together to beat health. And get all the taste and extra lifespan out of it. To enhance the temple of the Holy Spirit. What's another unhealthy food combination? Let's think about this. the person that in one day says, yes, I will eat chocolate bars, chips, and I will count it as healthy whenever I eat chili beans with processed cheese and crackers. And I will add not drinking very much water and sodas. So we're gonna have to beat this lock here. You're gonna have to beat this lock. We're going to make our favorite tea or buy our favorite tea to replace soda, or our favorite drink that's healthy to replace soda. Replace the chips with nutritional expert decisions. Beat the chili beans by getting kidney beans. And making them with 2 of your favorite vegetables combined inside of them. That's delicious. Like, imagine spinach and broccoli and kidney beans with salt, pepper, and olive oil. To me, it sounds like it would feel so good in the stomach. It just sounds like it feels so good in the stomach. And we're going to have to get a lot of water. It's really good for the health to drink more than the recommended amount. And the easiest way to deliver yourself from this is to drink a lot in the morning, like a lot, before you leave, so that you don't have to have it on you all the time. And to drink a ton of it when you get home, so that it's not right before you get in bed, but you've gotten home and now you have access to a faucet yet again. It's good to have a cup full of water wherever you are working or are at. It cleans the body. It keeps it in a healthier state. But a soda is going to take away from life expectancy, quality of the flesh, mobility, haste, speed of the mind, and it can take away from delight of life too. For if the mind's not fast, the body's not fast, then you may miss an opportunity. You may not be motivated today, and you may not be happy tomorrow. You may not be joyful the next day. So it's good to work these things out and get your temple stronger, and to get your countenance like the countenance of Jesus, and to ask for it in prayer. But he already granted it to us. But you can ask for things that he's already granted in larger measure. That's what he wants us to do too. That's what he wants us to do. Jesus, we thank you so much for today, and we appreciate you. Please take care of us today and bless us beyond measure. We love you. Care for us. Care for us. Care for us. Care for us. Clean oxygen, also important. Open windows in your house. Showers. Don't piping hot burn your body every time. But stay clean, y'all. God bless.